Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is on this makeup look right here. I wanted to do a makeup look using one palette only, so this is what I came up with, except the glitter obviously. So in this tutorial I used the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette to create the look that I have on my eyes right here. I think it turned out so good. I definitely love it. But I think that's all I have to say. If you haven't already, please make sure to like this video, subscribe down below. I will leave all of my other social media links down below if you want to follow me on any other social media. And let's just hop right into the tutorial. Okay, so the palette that I'm going to be using today is the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. And it looks like this. And this palette is so beautiful. I actually got this for Christmas, but I haven't really got a chance to play around with it much at all. And so I decided that I would do a makeup look like only using eyeshadows from this palette because I read a comment the other day on someone else's video saying that like people like buy the newest palettes and then they use them for a tutorial and then they don't ever use them again. And I was like, that is so true. Like I even do the same thing. Like I have so many palettes here and I still am like, I want like the latest and greatest palette, but I have a bunch of colors in here that I can definitely use to create looks. So I decided I'm going to use this palette here and just create my eyeshadow using this palette, so that way if you do want to recreate this look you can just go buy this palette right here and you can recreate it yourself. I am going to quickly prime my eyes like I always do using some concealer. You can use whatever concealer you want for this. Actually wait a minute. Before I blend that concealer out, I almost forgot. I forgot to do this the other day too. I just recently got this Pixi by Petra Under Eye Correcting Cream. This is in the shade Brightening Peach. And this is to counteract the dark circles that I have right in here. I'm just going to take a little concealer brush and just apply this right into this area where my dark circles are the darkest. And then I'm just going to set all of this down with some translucent powder here. And you can just use any translucent powder or bone colored eyeshadow that you want. This is just going to prevent it from creasing and make the eyeshadows that we put on top blend out a lot better. So first, I'm going to take the shade Peanut Butter right here on my Morphe M433. And I'm going to use this as my kind of transition shade and my main like color. So I'm just going to start working this into the crease. I'm going to kind of wing it out a little bit here, like make it come out a little bit farther and make that almost like a V shape there. I'm also going to bring this shade all the way in because I think I am going to kind of do like a cut crease today. So just applying the shade everywhere in my crease area. Okay, so I have a little question for you guys. I'm going to edit this video showing you guys both my eyes but explaining this one a little bit less so I have time to show you kind of both eyes. So let me know, do you like makeup tutorials where I focus more on one eye and then the other eye is just like automatically done? Or do you like them, you know, when they explain one eye a little bit less, but then they show you them doing the other eye? So let me know which one you prefer because I never know kind of what to show. Okay, so I don't really know what shade to take. I'm going to try taking a little bit of the shade Peanut Butter here on this Bella Puri Cosmetics brush. Doesn't have a number or anything. And I'm going to take this on the outer part of my eye here. This does have shimmer in it, but it's still such a pretty color. This was the color when I got the palette that I was most excited for because it's just gorgeous. And it's super pigmented and it swatches really nicely too. So then I'm going to take my first brush, that Morphe M433, and just blend out the edges. Now I'm going to create a little half cut crease. So taking my concealer, I'm just going to take this on a little like flat concealer brush. This is on the other end of a Urban Decay brush. And I am just going to carve out and I'm just going to carve out right where I want my cut crease to be. So you just kind of cut the crease with this. This is actually really hard to do with this brush. So I got a little bit too much concealer, so I'm just going to put the leftover concealer on this eye. Alrighty. So now what I'm going to do is just take the shade Extra Creamy. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Extra Creamy. Now I'm just going to pack this all in the inner part of my eye here, just to set that concealer down. Taking my Morphe M433, I'm going to take a little bit more of that shade Peanut Butter. And I am just going to run this right into here, just to make that cut crease a little bit more defined in there, just so we have some more color against that concealer. For my lid shade, I'm going to take the shade Spread the Love here. It's like a really pretty peachy shade. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to pack this all over my eyelid, over that cut crease. I'm going to take a little bit more of Peanut Brittle and I am just going to run that into that concealer just so that line isn't harsh there. Okay, so this is the part that I'm really nervous for. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liquid Liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy, and I'm going to line my cut crease on the inside to make this line as straight as possible. So I'm just going to take that along the line of the concealer, and I'm nervous. And then there's hardly anything on like the little brush, that's why I'm going to run it on the inside here and on the outside. Then we can always take that, where is it? If you need to, you can always take your Morphe M433 and just kind of wiggle it on the edges here if you accidentally get it too far out. It'll also help kind of fade it nicely. So I'm just going to take it on this side. Oh, this side's hard because this is my left side. And then I'm going to get real crazy here and I'm going to do a wing. Now this can either make or break the look. So I'm using my Inglot Gel Liner in the shade 77 on this Inglot 311 brush. So this is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, obviously in the shade Black. So I'm just going to go over this wing just to touch it up and to make it more intense. I'm going to quickly pop on some mascara before my falsies. I'm just using my Wet n Wild Max Volume Mascara. I don't really like this mascara. Like, I don't feel like it really does anything for my lashes, but if you're putting false lashes on, it doesn't really matter. Just with the black eyeliner, I'm using the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Swerve. I'm going to kind of get in here and tightline my lash line just so it's nice and black. For my false lashes today, I'm using my Koko lashes in the style Queen Bee. Alright, so I'm going to zoom you guys out and we can move on to the face. For the face, I'm going to prime with my Too Faced Hangover RX primer. You guys already know though. This is like the only primer that I've been using since I got it. It's so good. And it feels so good on my skin because it's so hot in here. My face is so red. So this is like kind of cooling and it's just awesome. I've been using this like crazy lately. This is my Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done Hybrid Complexion Perfector. This has an SPF of 20 in it, and it's like it's supposed to, let me just read it real quick. Doesn't say on here. I have mine in the shade Medium Light. But I've been using this like crazy since it's been warm out and you don't want to apply heavy foundation. This is so beautiful. So the way I apply it is, and it's a little, my color is like a little bit off when I first apply it and then it evens out. I take this little Real Techniques, I think this is the Expert Face Brush, and I just pump some onto here. This is perfect since it's been like warm out lately. And I just dot it on my skin. And then I just buff it in with my brush at first. And then I'll go in and smooth out with my Beauty Blender. For concealer, I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Light. I apologize. I promise I'll get a new concealer here soon. This concealer is just so good, and I don't know. I'll get a new concealer though. I will. So I'm just putting this in all the usual places to highlight and conceal, to brighten under my eyes, to brighten my chin, nose, and my forehead. Alright. Now that we have that down, I'm going to set it with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Light. And I'm sorry, I had to move my mirror closer. I can't see from like so far away, you know, so I had to move it a little bit closer, so it has to be in the frame. But I've had this stuff for a while and I didn't like it at first, but I just used it recently and I really like it. So I just swirl my beauty blender in it like this. But I will say though, it does look cakey if you use it on your... If you use too much of it, it will look cakey. So just beware of that. Other than that, it's beautiful. So I like to take out my beauty blender and just set my under eyes with it. It does have like a little bit of coverage to it too, which is nice. So it does a really good job of brightening. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using my Bare Minerals Bare Pro powder, and this is in the shade Golden Nude. And this with the Urban Decay One and Done is like my go-to because this adds a little bit more coverage to it without it looking cakey. So if you want more coverage in that, definitely go over it with this, and that's just like the perfect duo together. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up the eyes now, and then we're going to go ahead and finish up the face. So let me zoom you in. Hello. I'm going to take my Morphe M433 and take the shade Peanut Butter. Really tap that off because this is a pigmented shade. I'm just going to run this under my waterline. Then what I'm going to do is take a little angled brush like this. I'm going to take the shade, I'm going to try to take the shade Nuts About You, which is this shade down here. Really tap it off. Right, and then I'm going to take my Morphe M433 and just run that underneath my lashes just to kind of blend everything out. Alright, so my camera died, so I had to wait for it to charge. So while I waited for it, all I did was I put that shade Stomper by ColourPop on the outer part of my eye, or on the inner part of my eye, and the shade Swerve, the black one, on the outer part of my eye. And then I put some lower lash mascara on, and I used my Loreal Telescopic Carbon... I just hit myself in the face with it. Carbon Black. For blush, I'm using Surprise Surprise Milani blush in the shade Luminoso. Ew. And then I am going to take this on this Real Techniques blush brush, which is like this little tapered brush here. And I'm going to run this on my cheeks. Moving on to highlight, I'm going to take Ofra Cosmetics Rodeo Drive, which is beautiful. This is like a beaming highlight. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. And I'm just going to start to work this all the way up onto my forehead here. I like to do mine in like little circular motions just so it's not too precise. I'm also going to take this on my Cupid's bow. And a little bit on the tip of my nose here. And down it. Ew, I just saw my face in the viewfinder. Ew. And then a little bit on my chin here. Just like that. So before I move on to lips, I'm going to spray my face with my Milani Make It Last setting spray. Can you guys hear my bird? Anyways, I apologize. I don't know what is wrong. Like, I feel like I got a new TV and I feel like it's like way overexposing than what my camera is recording, so that's why I've been like messing with the exposure this entire video, so I apologize if in points it's a little dark or a little overexposed, because that's why. So I'm brushing my brows up and I'm going to go ahead and set my brows quickly, and I'm going to use my NYX Brow Mascara. And I'm just going to run this through my eyebrows. I like to make them more like on the wispy side, on the feathery side, so I kind of brush my brow hairs up and back. I do have a tutorial on my upgraded eyebrow routine. I did a video like all about how to get your perfect eyebrows, and so definitely go check that out if you're interested. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to take my NYX, this is my NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Beige, and I'm going to line my lips with this. I'm going to go over them with this Dose of Colors liquid lipstick and the shade Sand, and this may be too nude. We'll have to see. Yikes. Do you think those lips look okay with it? Maybe we can add a teeny bit of gloss in the center just to make them a little juicier. Ew, that was so great. Ew, like not juicy, but you know what I mean. This is the Hard Candy Plumping Volumizing Serum Lip Gloss in the shade Swan Lake. And this is like it looks like pretty pinky, but it's a pretty just like clear nude. Alright guys, so I am gonna go change and then I will be right back. Alright guys, that wraps up this makeup tutorial on this, I don't even know what you call this. It's like a half glitter cut crease, I guess. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please make sure to like this video, subscribe down below, and let me know if you have any more video ideas or anything that you want to see. Definitely leave that in the comment section down below. I'll definitely do anything that you guys want to see. Thank you guys again, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!